All right, so hey guys, how's it going? So today we're back at it. We're going to continue the conversation on the turning point from being a victim to a survivor. So we're just going to jump right into it. So, one of the points where I realized I was no longer a victim, that I was a survivor, right? Um, One thing that shined light on the situation was I was no longer in the foster care system. So I done got over the hardest part, right? Um, Now I took a new turn of life. I decided to start a family and I decided to be a father. I'm a survivor. I survived through the hard days. I survived through all the counseling. I survived through all the medications, um, all the hardships, all the nasty, yucky emotions and feelings and insecurities and things that I blame myself for, right? So I learned where to place the blame, to let it go, but also not to forget. So to forgive somebody, it takes a lot. But once you forgive somebody, you have to keep in mind that you forgave them. So now that should rent no more space in your mind. It should just go away, but you should never forget, right? Boom. So we surviving. So my interpretation of being a survivor, man, is to be able to not only overcome my past, but also to move forward and to help somebody else with their future to overcome their past, right? And whether that's telling my story or whether that's telling my mistakes and things that I've done, things that I had to take and that I had to do, people that I had to let go, decisions that I had to make, um, addictions I had to let go. Uh, because at some point in your life, it gets to a point to where like enough is enough. Like I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Something's got to change. Something's got to be better. Nobody owes me anything, and I'm tired of blaming everybody else, and I'm tired of her handout. So what can I do to change this? What can I do to impact my life to make me happy? So those are the questions that you kind of have to ask yourself, and these are all parts of being a survivor, right? Because these are your survival instincts. So you have to assess the situation, ask questions, make a plan, and then attack, right? Divide, conquer, right? And we can do that, right? And we're not alone. I'm like, oh, we don't have family, we don't have this, we don't have anybody. We're at that point in that age now where we can make our own families. We have people that we were along the road with. It's all about communication and being in contact, right? So this is why I'm so passionate about this movement. This is why I'm so passionate about this documentary. This is why I'm so passionate about getting others on board and telling their stories. Like one of my friends that I was talking to before I came up with this idea, and I reached out and I asked for help. I've been sending her videos and things that I've been doing, and she likes this stuff. She goes, I never realized how hard it was to tell my story, because I never really told my whole story, and it is very hard. It is, um, but the more you talk about it, the easier it becomes. So, just knowing it and accepting it is half of the battle. But being able to talk about it and to being able to impact somebody else's life and to create change, now that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. And that's what we're aiming towards. That's what we're shooting towards. So, quick recap. Surviving, is just all a part of being honest with yourself, coming to grips of your past, who you were and who you want to be, and where you want to see yourself. And then you set goals, and then you set these things, these little accomplishments, and meet them, right? And then you continue to go on. It's not easy, and it's one of the hardest things in this world. But once you can get over these little milestones, I mean, their future is phenomenal. You know, we just have to learn to forgive ourselves. We forgive everybody else that hurt us in our past. We forgive everybody else that ever did us wrong. But we really have to work on forgiving ourselves and knowing that we're not bad people, knowing that The decisions that we made in our past will always be a part of us, but that's why we are who we are today, because of where we came from. And we should never forget that. We should never feel bad about any past decisions we made, and we should never beat ourselves up. Always move forward, always stay positive. Know that you're no longer a victim, you're a survivor. Alright? Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll have more videos, more discussions. Feel free to comment, to share your stories, to visit our Facebook page. I'm working on a web page as we speak, but feel free to email me. Um, and let's make change. Survivors of the system, all youth, one voice. Be the change that you want to be in this world.